States. I'm here in sunny South Florida trying to enjoy my vacation. Been away for a little bit, but anyway, so I'm here because of Kelly Stewart challenge regards to freeing the Hammonds, the Bundys, and our Patriots. So basically what this is about Ron Wyden, Lewis and Clark Law School, and his co-conspirators with Stephen E. Grasty in the local level. So I'm going to go in a chronological order by dates so we can understand how these criminals are stealing our minerals, our lands, our water, our children, but most of all depriving our military. So in 1997 and 1998, Ron Wyden participated in Public Law Bill 105377, also known as S-1134, which is a bill that consists and approved of Congress to enter state forest fire protection combat. So I beg everybody to read this Public Law Bill 105377, aka S-1134, also known as. There's another one. It's called in February 12 of 2007 called H1742-1, Burns Area Emergency Stabilization and Rehabilitation Handbook, also known as ES&R. And it was signed by the BLM director Ed Shepard under Renewable Resource and Planning. And it can also be under the BLM, which is the Department of Interior's DOI, and used also under ESR. Containing of wildland fires under 620 DM 3.3E as an echo. Now, why these two are important? Because at the time that they were going to proceed in charging the Hammonds, Ron Wyden and his co-conspirators could stop the entire judicial process against the Hammonds. Now, we all know why it was not convenient for Ron Wyden and his co-conspirators to stop this trial against the Hammonds and went ahead and fabricated these charges against the Hammonds under these two provisions or bills or committee bills, however you wanna call them. The only two ways you can stop a fire or start a backfire is under the destruction of private property and public property and life are the only conditions that you can start a backfire. I didn't say that. That's what they wrote in their bills. Okay? And I beg everybody to read it, including Donald Trump and his staff. Now, why these two bills are important? Because again, the Hammonds could have been, all these charges against the Hammonds would have been squashed. Basically null and void, removed. So I'm going to continue on. So despite knowing the facts above, okay, the intentions are to steal the land, water, minerals. All right, land, water, minerals. In order for you to get the water and the minerals, you got to steal the land because that's where the water is at, and that's where the minerals are at, underneath the ground. Now, why is this so vital? Because remember, we got Hillary Clinton with the Clinton Foundation. You have Uranium One. You have Ron Wyden. You have Greg Walden, Gordon Smith, Jeff Merkley, Kate Brown, Anna J. Brown, Anna Aiken, Stephen E. Grasty, Boyd Britton, Cliff Bentz, Andy Bentz, Linda Bentz. So the criminals go on and on and on within this de facto government that they hijacked in Harney County, Malheur County, Baker County. All right? So let's continue on. So in order for these individuals to get away with the crimes, what they did to the Hammonds and to our Patriots and to Lavoie, they systematically have to control each branch of government. We have to understand that in each branch, that there's three branches of government. There's the legislative, executive, and judicial. Now, you have Kate Brown, Greg Walden, Aaron Blumenauer, and one legislative branch. All right? Then you have Ron Wyden, Jeff Merkley, and Gordon Smith in Congress and in the Senate. Then you have the judicial branch. And who's in the judicial branch? Anna Aikens, Anna J. Brown, Stacey Beckerman, Sally Amanda Marshall. All these criminals are part of the Lewis and Clark Law School, also known as the Lewis and Clark Show. This is how they infiltrated all three branches of government and how they are stealing all the minerals, land, and water and our children. All right? And look up Measurement 37, which they hijacked under the Oregon Revision Statutes, which is totally unconstitutional. These are not my words. These are their words, which we're using against them because they wrote these bills. All right, through the legislative and through the executive branches. All right, so let me continue on. In the 80s, these criminals mentioned above been working hard to defraud the American people through the American Bar Association. Remember, American Bar Association, Lewis and Clark Law School, or show. Allowing Stephen E. Grassi to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in Harney County. So how is any rancher or any American person supposed to have a judicial process when this criminal, Stephen E. Grassi, has hijacked all three branches of government? Let me continue on. So back in June 26th of 1980, under the Oregon adoption of Harney County Planning Department and Comprehensive Plan, they mapped all the minerals. I didn't say this. I didn't even write this. I didn't create this or fabricated this. He was in this committee. They were writing this. They were writing this in 1970, in the late 70s. They knew where all the minerals were at. If you read the damn thing, June 26, 1980, Harney County Comprehensive Plan, you'll see how they mapped out all the minerals. And the uranium went through Benghazi to the hands of Russia, or Canada, went to Russia, Iran, and ISIS. And this is where our military is fighting ISIS, and yet who's using the uranium against our military or against the people in Syria? ISIS. Yet the Clinton foundations and Ron Wyden are all over this. And what are they? And why are they so adamant in protecting these minerals? Because it's an investment through their hedge funds and through their earmarks and through their campaign contributions. If you follow the money, you will follow the truth. And I beg DLM, Dennis Michael Lynch, and Donald Trump to read these laws because they're there. Follow the money. So this in June 26th of 1980. On November 12th, 1998, under Public Law 105-377, the Northwestern Wildlife Protection Agreement. Again, Ron Wyden was in this bill. He could have stopped all the proceedings against the Hammonds under this bill. Destruction of public and private property and the life. Any citizen, any American has the right to start a backfire. So why are the Hammonds in jail? Why did LaVoy lose his life? Why are the Bundys in jail? Still in jail. What about our patriots? So read the Public Law 105-337, the Northwestern Wildlife Protection Agreement. Also go on August, you can go down to March 22 of 2000, Senate 1629, the Oregon Land Exchange Act of 2000. Back in March of 2000, they were already planning it. This was Susan Hammond was talking about in all the committees where she participated. And her name's on all these committees and other ranchers protesting. At one point, Sheriff Wolf was with the people back in 2013. He just turned wolf on us. So we go now August 2001. The Steens Mountain Corporation Management and Protection Area, also known as CMPA. Ron Wyden, Stephen E. Grassi, Ted Ferrioli, all part of this. March 12, 2011, Senate hearing 112-12. Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. Ron Wyden, look up the bill. August 3, 2011, the Senate hearing 112-226, which directly connects Ron Wyden, including H.R. 4402, regarding the land and minerals. In addition, it involves other bills as following: S-1134, S-1024, S-90, S-1144, S-1149, S-1344. All these bills, minerals, land, and water. These criminals are defrauding us. And the people in Harney County, Mount and Baker. June 28 of 2012, This can be validated by the Malheur County target for gold and uranium. In this article of the Malheur, it even states that when they're going to go ahead and extract these minerals, they become radioactive. And guess what happens when all these minerals become radioactive? It goes into your soil. And when it goes into your soil, who eats off of that ground? Your wildlife. But most of all, your water. Why do you think there's high mercury in the waters of Oregon? Don't take my word for it. Read it. There's a research already been conducted and been validated that there's mercury in the water, high mercury per millions. And I beg everybody to go ahead and read it and challenge me. I'll bring my document and you bring yours. February 20th, 2012, the Oregon Investment Act under S. Bill 1586 and HB 4040 to create a road for Uranium One, Calico Resource, EP Minerals, and other mining corporations to extract the minerals. And guess who controls this? Cliff Bentz. Not me. And actually, it can be validated back in June 8, 2012 in the Malheur County target for gold and uranium. It even states it there that Cliff Bentz was going to go ahead and be part of this. Andy Bentz. That's Cliff Bentz's brother, Andy Bentz. July 12 of 2012, the Critical Mineral Protection Act under HR 4402 to give the gold, silver, and uranium to Russia and China. I didn't say it. Read it up. Critical Mineral Protection Act, July 12, 2012. September 17 of 2015. In order to get the ranchers off their land, they had to create sage grouse. No different than endangered tortoise and the spotted owl. Why do you think they went after the Hammonds? So they went ahead and they created a Sage Grouse Act plant, Executive Order 1518, and Stephen E. Grassi, all right, the one that violates the judge, he's a judge, jury, and executioner, was on this bill with Kate Brown. Imagine that. And by the way, explains why they're going ahead and so adamant in protecting their investments under the Oregon Investment Council, or the Oregon Legislative Investment Council. That's where they have their minerals. You know what? Once you go to their hedge funds, look at who contributed to their campaigns, and then go to their financial disclosure forms and their earmarks. They're all there. It's all wide open public knowledge, so all you got to do is just read it. But then again, how many people want to read it? I'm more than happy to dissect all these information to the DLM and Donald Trump and the American people. October 28, 2015, Malheur County Minutes, Hawaii Canyon Monument to include Steens Mountain and Wilderness in Baker and Malheur County. It also includes Vail District. Again, all your minerals. March 23, 2016, Representative Cliff Bentz, brother of Andy Bentz, secured a $2 million cut-off road project for EP Minerals in Harney and Malheur County. Why do you think they were so adamant in taking the lands of the Hammonds and fabricate all these charges against the Hammonds and our patriots and the assassination of Lavoie? It's all written down there. All we got to do is read it. If the American people would just find the truth and realize how they're being defrauded, there'll be an uproar. In order for us to restore our republic to Donald Trump and DLM, these are the following things. Release the Hammonds, the Bundys, and our patriots from jail. Incarcerate these corrupt politicians, lawyers, judges, and lobbyists. Abolish the American Bar Association, the Federal Reserve, and the IRS. Abolish CPS, the BLM, Department of Fish and Wildlife, the EPA, the USDA, and the U.S. Forestry. And bring our military back home. Restore the VA. With all these minerals that we have in our ground, rather than giving them to Russia, China, Iran, and ISIS, why don't we grab all those minerals and give it to the people and restore the VA? Give the health the benefits our military deserves.